Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
In 6 trials of live facial recognition by London's Metropolitan Police, Queen Mary University researchers found that just 8 out of 42 matches were actually correct. That's roughly 4 out of every 5 alerts pointing to the wrong person. And yet, police kept expanding the program. If you've ever walked through a city center, past a shopping district, or near a transit hub in the UK, your face may have already been scanned without your knowledge. That's not hypothetical. British police scanned 1.7 million faces in early 2026. That's an 87% jump from the year before. And the legal framework governing all of it? According to UK regulators themselves, it's a patchwork stitched together from common law, data protection rules, and human rights legislation, with no single dedicated statute. A person standing on a high street in Croydon would need to read 4 separate pieces of legislation and multiple police guidance documents just to understand the legal basis for the camera pointed at their face. Meanwhile, Meta's own internal documents reveal plans to add facial recognition to smart glasses equipped with cameras, and the company timed that rollout to land when civil society groups would be distracted by other political fights. That's not speculation. That's Meta's own strategic language. So the question running through all of this is straightforward. When the technology moves faster than the law, who's actually in charge? Start with what happened in London. The Met deployed live facial recognition in public spaces, cameras scanning crowds in real time, comparing faces against watch lists. Queen Mary University studied 6 of those deployments and found an 81% error rate. 42 people were flagged. Only 8 of those matches held up when officers verified them in person. 34 people were stopped, questioned, or detained because an algorithm was wrong. That's not a rounding error. That's a system misfiring more often than it works. And for anyone who's ever been pulled aside by police for no reason they could understand, imagine learning a camera made that decision for you. Despite those numbers, deployments accelerated. 1.7 million scans in early 2026. The UK's Biometrics and Surveillance Camera Commissioner put it bluntly: the slow pace of legislation was trying to catch up with the real world. The commissioner's own metaphor: the horse had gone before the cart. And once a system is running at that scale, once officers depend on it operationally, pulling it back gets harder with every scan. Now cross the Atlantic. Milwaukee banned police facial recognition in February 2026 after public pressure. It joined more than 16 U.S. cities with similar bans. And not one of those cities has reported a wrongful facial recognition arrest since passing their ban. Not one. That's a data point worth sitting with. Cities that drew clear lines didn't create enforcement gaps. Cities with fragmented, unclear rules are the ones producing misidentifications and legal challenges. The retail sector tells a parallel story. 21 documented cases of people wrongfully placed on shoplifter watch lists by facial recognition systems. In some of those cases, store employees could manually add someone to the database, meaning a single worker could flag a person as a suspected thief based on nothing more than a grudge or a gut feeling. For anyone who shops at a store with security cameras, and that's nearly everyone, this means your face could end up on a list you never consented to and can't easily challenge. Then there's the wearable front. Meta's internal planning documents show the company wants to put facial recognition into its Ray-Ban smart glasses. The timing wasn't random. Meta's own language describes waiting for a dynamic political environment, one where advocacy groups would have their attention pulled toward other fights. That's a company choosing when to move based on when watchdogs are looking away. The Electronic Privacy Information Center filed a complaint with the FTC over it. But the product roadmap keeps moving. You might expect public opinion to be squarely on one side. It isn't. Surveys show roughly 2 in 3 people support police using facial recognition to find serious offenders, but only when safeguards are in place. At the same time, polling by biometric firms found that nearly 6 in 10 Britons view the technology as another step toward a surveillance society. And more than 6 in 10 worry about being misidentified. People want the tool to work. They just don't trust the way it's being rolled out. The industry treats police scanning, wearable biometrics, and retail watch lists as 3 separate problems. They aren't. That fragmentation doesn't protect anyone's privacy. It protects the companies deploying the systems, because a patchwork of rules means no single authority can hold any of them fully accountable. So, 3 things happened at once. Police scaled facial recognition past 1.7 million scans, with an 81% error rate and no dedicated law governing it. A tech giant planned to put face scanning in glasses people wear on the street, timed for when nobody was watching. And cities that banned the technology outright didn't see a single wrongful arrest. The pattern is clear. When the rules are specific and enforceable, the system works. When they're scattered and vague, people get hurt. Whether you investigate cases for a living or you just walked past a camera on your way to get coffee this morning, the question is the same. Who decided your face was data, and who's making sure they got it right? The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.